so sorry, Uncle Albert. We're so sorry if we caused you any pain. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. But there's no one left at home that I believe I'm wondering. We're so sorry, Uncle Albert. But if anything should happen, we'll be sure to get a ring. Hello, folks. How are you? Hello. Hi, and welcome, folks. My name is RPJ. You. And this show is being run through. This is the RPJ show live, and it's by way of Johnathan Steele. I didn't say that right the first time, but now I'm saying it right. This will not be a long show. I feel like I've been doing so many shows as of late, and I've been doing so many interviews. So many videos that I will be definitely taking a break from this stuff, and I will also try to get the equipment that I need to strengthen my signal. But I do appreciate the audience that seems to be following me along, and I'd like to thank you guys for following me despite the bad signal. I am starting to build up a little bit of a audience. So folks, just bear with me a little bit. And I will be right back after these commercial words. There's no commercial, just bear with me, okay?
You doing, Sean?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yes. I told you to do it. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry. Sure, just bear with me. Okay, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. Didn't want to blah, blah, blah. This will not be a long show. Oh, the camera is off. Let me throw the camera back on. There I am. Yeah, so thank you guys for showing up and building up really decently over the last few days. I'm very lucky and blessed to have some loyal fans and friends to want to listen to a moron like me. But I got to stop that because I am not a moron. I obviously have some things to say. and I don't take myself too seriously, and blah, 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 blah. The title of this show is called Gods and Monsters. Or, yeah, Gods and Monsters, sorry. And I was thinking when I made this title up about when I was a little kid. I guess I was about 6 years old. Oh man, I'm stuck. All right. Okay, I'm hearing myself. Yeah, show was called Gods and Monsters, and I remember when I was about 5 or 6 years old in Alabama, and it was August. It was hot. It was about 103 degrees, and in the South there isn't, especially in the wasn't a lot of AC in these churches. Church, but it had so many people in it. It had like thousands of little kids, like 1,000 people in the church. And not only was it blazing hot outside, it was so humid inside that you walked in. And I'm a little kid now. I'm just drenched in sweat. First day, and I don't know what the preachers or reverends or I don't know what they were just loud. And it was a billion degrees, and I was drenched in sweat, and I had this. I learned that it was a migraine that I had. I had such a migraine. I had to be so still, and I cried because it was just the situation where the church and the yelling of the preacher or pastor, whatever the names are. The unbearable conditions I was even, I was forced in. It was just unbearable. Trying to connect with a Christian God. Then, I was 6 or 7 in New York, and I was going through an ordeal. I was terribly abused then, and I didn't have that connection. And I know I've been talking about this a lot lately, but just not talk about that so much. I'm really talking about the God aspects, the religion aspects of this. And I had prayed to God. You know, I didn't know what I was doing, but I was just watching what everybody else did, and I watching TV shows and this and that, and read the little books, read those little kid versions of the Bible, and that if you prayed, you know, God would, you know, at some point enter your life and help you. So I prayed for it to get better and better and better. I would pray that there would be someone to stop this happening. Like, this is just a big mistake. This thing should be happening. And it seems like the more I prayed, the more nothing happened, the more things would happen. And I would just remember being so mad at God. If this God was there, I was being so mad. I was getting madder and madder at God that would not come to my aid and would not come to my rescue. It's a very small, just it's the misunderstanding. A small thing that if I was an adult, it feels like that I could have fixed it. So it's a small thing, but God never came to fix these problems and these issues that I was having as a kid. So thus, I realized then, and I wasn't really angry anymore because I had the air subside, but I realized then that there was no God. God did not exist. And I didn't do this out of just frustration or anger, mind you. I just did it because it just didn't make any sense. Here I am, a little kid praying for God, I'm no different from any other kid. I'm a good kid. I'm praying to God. God should come in and help me out, save me from these issues, just like he does in the books that I was reading. Of me praying to this God and nothing happened again. I realized that there was no God. I didn't know the science of it all. I didn't understand how the earth was this, that, and the other. I didn't know all that stuff. I was only, what, 5, 6, 7 those things yet. And I just realized that again, there's only monsters. And those who become monsters, those who have a monstrous persona, and that's the humans, you know, us, us humans. We are only capable of we angels sometimes, but a lot of us, because we are selfish and weak, and the only thing about ourselves is become monsters. And that's what I was dealing with. I was dealing with monsters in my home. Monsters that was bullying me outside here, you know. Initially, my growing up was being bullied and intimidated inside my home, and bullied and intimidated outside of my home. And 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I mean, it was just an unbearable situation. And yeah, I went to school, and there were some angels in schools that were looking over me and trying to help me with my personality. They were helping me out with my schooling, and I really dedicated myself in school and drawing. But then, you know, I would have to leave school, and I would have to go back into this monstrous situation of being bullied by 1 or 2 of these jackasses who were older than me. I didn't, and then you go into my household where it just wasn't a smile for me, and there was monsters in the household. You know, all I really wanted as a kid, and this is what hopefully I've done better for my own kids. I mean, I've done it so for them lately, but they're adults, and they don't need me to be this type of person. But when my kids were younger, I tried to be everything that they need me to be. If they need me to be a hero or a listener, or to play with them, or to squash an issue, to help everyone get, you know, get even in some fashion with their siblings, I did that for them. I make sure everybody got what they were supposed to get, even if I had to give my last $2 or $3 out of my pocket. I make sure that everyone shared. I make sure that I played with everyone. I never refused if asked of me. That's the upbringing that I had. Okay. You can. Okay. Sorry about that. I can send you the link. How's it sound, Puzzly? It's okay. Anyway, I'm going to send you the link, Alexis, and we'll go from there. La 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 la. The link. Here's the link. La la. Copy. Okay. Let's send this to my girl, Alexis, my good girl. The link, Alexis, that I'm sending to you right now. Now, I'm not really great at this, but if you have not a Google situation, then you will not be able to join me in the discussion. But you can join the chat room, and I can send you that information as well. So I will send you the chat room information right now. Copy. So this is the chat room. And of course, I spell it, idiot, because my paste. And this is the chat room. All right, that's the chat. The top one is to get onto the show, and I will do that for some other people to come into this. And the second one is the chat room, Alexis. So you can go into the chat room and you can talk about nonsense. I don't know if you have Google or not, and you have to write it down and get on Google, and then you can join in, I think. I'm mastered this. Oh, my sound is in and out, eh? The last vid you made, it was really good. Thank you, Puzzly. Whatever you did on your last vid, you should do again. You know what I did on my last vid? And I actually went through Skype. I recorded this through Skype. And by the way, and I promise you guys, this will not be the sound, even though I don't do this, this will not be the sound. I will improve the sound. I'm going to call my guy tomorrow. In fact, I'm going to text him now. I'm going to text him after the show, and I'm going to order this piece that I need. And hopefully I get it by tomorrow or Friday. Worst case scenario, I'll start it up Monday or Tuesday. The blah thing that will help my signal will be stronger, and it won't go in and out. The sound will be perfect, and I love it. You know what else I just found out is that my camera is customs, but I filled out that form last night online. So my camera and stuff like that is like customs, and I had to fill out this form, and now they're send me my crap. But I'm going to make sure they send my crap. So I mean, everything's starting to come in this way. So just bear with me a little bit. Get over with lousy equipment, lousy camera work, lousy, I just assumed that he's into average signal, but it is the worst thing ever. I am in Australia. I am far away from any human beings. Well, I'm sorry. I'm far away from any humans that are American, because only Americans are humans. Everybody else are just aliens. And looks like I'm stuck again. So yeah, so back to where I was talking about gods and monsters. I do not hate those who are religious. I have no hate of religion whatsoever. I find as I'm getting older, I become aware and knowledgeable. I find it almost obscenely funny in certain situations. Like, for example, Black Americans, African Americans, Black Americans, their ancestors being from Africa, and then I think they studied a lot of, they had a lot of paganism, religions, but was taught this Christianity for, let's say, 100 years. Let's say 200 years they were taught this Christianity. Because of our ancestry, which is a lot longer than the 200 years that we stayed as American slaves, You would think that the ancestry of us Black people would be to revolt against this Christianity and revert back to the paganism religions that Africans had. Once they realized that they can pray to whatever God they wanted to and they wouldn't get will. Once they became free people, you think that they would start to revert back to their ancestry. But that didn't happen, and I find that very odd. My friend said, "Hey RPJ, I agree. I went through the same thing, and God or Jesus didn't save me." Alexis, I certainly know a lot of you've been telling me. I know you and I went through some similar situations, and I can only imagine. Well, I can imagine. We went through some horrific shit, and it's such a sucky situation because everyone is so sure that this God is there, God is here, God is here. Sure as well. Like all I have to do. So if you guys believe God is here, these people here, all I have to do is pray a little bit, and He will find me. He will come to into my life very easily. No, that never happened. And when God didn't come into my life, I was ignorant. I know that's all done. I'm stuck. What the hell? You still stuck? The mother effer. 1 second, folks. I'm stuck. Okay, I'm going to repeat the story. You know, I was so certain that if I prayed to God, He would come. Because everyone else was so certain and so sure that God would come into their lives. He was here, He was there, He was everywhere. All I had God, everywhere. So all I had to do was just pray a little bit and God would come to me. That's all I had to do. God would easily come to me, just like He comes to everyone else. It never came to me. And I was very angry initially. And then again 3 nights later, and angry again a week later, but the anger started subsiding. Then some desperation. And pleading for God, but no. And then I started getting hard shell going on in my life. And I got to the point where he didn't do it, where I didn't care. I got to the point where I didn't have any emotions about God. I didn't mean anything to me anymore. And yeah, I just knew that there was no God, and there are only monsters. There are monsters within us, within some of the people that hide their monstrousness from most of the world, and they show their inner monster less suspecting to those who are the They can't run from this monster. They can run away, yeah, but then they will be forced to go back to these monsters. They can try to kill themselves. And as a little kid, you know, try that. But I mean, they're as a little kid. But you know, you can't take it anymore as a kid. You get out of this world. And if you are unsuccessful, everyone will start to look at you and be very wary of you. Not that things change. They have more intensity to watch you, to intimidate you, to keep you more in a box, to keep the pain and the pressure, this monstrous pressure on top of you, and not even ease up a little bit. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that are walking the planet Earth today. Everyone, and they hide. Most of these monsters hide. And they display this monstrous, disgusting, almost evil-like face to those who couldn't handle them, who couldn't deal with them in the first place. I hate bullies. One of the things I grew up and having dealt with monsters in my own home as a kid, teenager, and then getting through, finding my manhood. One of the things that I developed was not only that I wanted to be a good father, a good man, but one of the things that I developed was this hate of intimidating people, their physicality, by their looks, by their presence. I wouldn't bully the bullies, but stand up and face the bullies. And most bullies are cowards. Most monsters are cowards. A bully, mentally, they are cowards. They want to fold. So that's what I did as a late teenager to early adulthood. And then I became a father, and I had to let go of my whole ego, anti-bully stance, because I'm raising kids. It's amazing, folks, that, you know, that a lot of people have gone through some of the same similar situations that I've gone through, and I'm not going to give myself a pat on the back because I don't know what it is. I was a teenager about what I wanted to do. Early teenager. I was focused on these people. I'm going to be a better parent than these people. I'm going to be a better human being than these people. I'm going to be a better father. I'm going to beat these people. I was so determined. I was so angry. There was no God. There were just monsters that I had to become. And I tried to beat these monsters mentally. And I lost a lot of my I don't have a lot of compassion. I think that I'm emotional. I just don't show it. I think I'm emotional. I just don't show it. I will share it with a few people, here and there. I am emotional. I just don't show it because I am finding my angel within myself. Not religion, none of that nonsense. And I do knock it, but for those who find religion as their salvation, I mean, I don't knock you for that. Whatever gets you through the night, I say. However, on a level of common sense, of just a debate, if we're having an open and honest debate and dialogue with one another, I can question you by your beliefs, as in the debate form, not to attack, but as in to debate. Because I find it odd that anyone could believe in such things. But mostly, whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you through the night, hey, you know what? This is a tough world out there. So if it gets you through the night, fine and dandy. What I do hate is the hypocrites, the hypocritical fucknuts that are into religion, into God, but are stone cold racist, bigots, biased. I'm so perplexed by African Americans who are religious to the quote unquote white man's religion. And they come from a long history of pagan religion. They have a long history here, and just a mere 200 years go by and they just are stuck with Christianity in America. You think that somehow, some way they would get back to their ancestry, but no. So I find it funny that any African American, any black American, any black person would be a Christian. And I just find it odd. From a debate sense, it's odd shit to me. I was just Stephen Ransom sent me a video, and I was just looking at it, and I was just this person was sending the video. And I came to the I came to the point here and when watching this person on video that this person is not aware of themselves and do not see themselves as a monster. People perceive themselves as lots of things, and in this one situation, this one person did not perceive themselves as a monster, despite knowing in the back of its mind that they were not being totally honest in their video. They were not telling the truth. I see other people, and I'm just going to use YouTube as boy. There are other people like, you know, you think of these people. I'm not going to name names right now, but there's a man that you think that he has some common sense, he's making sense, and he has his fingers on the pulse of the people. He does not see himself as, he sees himself as that person that's right out there on the tip, and he's just leading the way. But what happens is he falls back on hard times. He's having issues. He's forced to live in such confining situations. He's got people looking for him, and he has lost his way. He lost his soul, in a sense. He's drinking beer and smoking weed. That person that he once followed or once watched. This person has picked up some lazy, gluttonous, monstrous ways. What I'm getting at is there's a monster in all of us, and we have to keep that in check. We have to be on top of our games. We have to not let the monster that's inside of us take over, because that monster is selfish, it's mean, it's brutal. It has no feelings for anybody but itself. There are a lot of monsters that are openly showing you that they are monsters, but they, again, cannot see themselves as a monster. They see themselves as a star, something special when they are, but they wish to think they don't think they are special, and they want the world to see them as special, but quite frankly, most of the world see them as monsters. With that being said, folks, just be careful. Take heed of yourselves, and do the best that you can. Stay within yourself. Know yourself a little bit better. Be the person that you see that you want to be. Be that person. You see yourself as a good person, then you have to apply that. Try to be that good person. You're not going to be a god, but don't be a monster. Try to be the best person that you can be, so that you aren't a monster, that you don't do monstrous things. You don't get this monstrous hurt on other people. You know what I mean, Mike? So that's my talk about the monsters. How you like that? How you like me now? Geez. Surprisingly well for not having a lot of sleep. My mind is pretty decent. I have been really focused on the things that I want to get done. I was not going to let anything get in my way. And I didn't let anything get in my way. I worked through it without anger, just determined to. I thought I have done it all. I've actually done more than I thought I could do. And I'm happy about that. I'm proud about that. I'm proud that I haven't fallen to pieces. Alexa says, yes, you did. You beat them. We became better people than the monsters that raised us. And Alexis, that is absolutely 100% true. We are. We are, definitely are. I try to sometimes talk to the people that succumb to these monsters and try to help them reinvent themselves, overcome those things, overcome the damage that's been done to you by giving them a sense of reinvention, that they can overcome, they can become more than, they can look at the stuff that they did to us, that did to you, these monstrous acts against you, and use that as the fuel, use that anger, use that stuff that they did to you as the fuel to push you forward, as a reminder of what you're trying to overcome, what you're trying to beat. That's what I do. Sometimes I go back to those places and I just grab that stuff and I use it as my propellant. It's almost a blind force that I do things. And there are times, because I've had this blind force, where I'm just a rocket, and sometimes I will not have my sensitivities up to match other people's sensitivities. If that make any sense, I will not be aware of other people's sensitivities when I'm like that, when I'm that, geared up. I'm learning still that now that I do have to watch people's sensibilities and sensitivities, but use it as my propellant still, and be a cordial, good man, a good human being. I wish you guys, and I know that because of the connection is bad, and I know maybe this stuff is in and out with a lot of the audience. Maybe I'm not making a lot of sense. But what I want to say to you guys out there, to you decent people out there, is that some of the monstrous acts that has been taken against you, some of the criminal monstrous acts, some of the sexual or monstrous acts, physical monstrous acts, law jobs and situations and monstrous things that happen to you. You can overcome those things. You can use those things as propellant to live a good, fruitful, open-hearted life. You can use those things to realize what's really important in life. What's really important in life is the love of your family and great friends. That, your health, their health, the love that you share between you and your woman, you and your children, you and your parents, you and your siblings, that is the most important thing, more than any money, anything in the world. By far, it's not even close. Of course, I know there are some people that are so lost in the materialistic world are because you are programmed to be consumers. You got to get out of that mindset, because that's absolutely meaningless. That doesn't mean anything to anyone. It only means something to you. You follow what other people tell you you should have, what you need to buy, you become very weak. You are playing with the wrong monster, the consumer monster. You're playing with what's really important in life is what others have for you and you have for other people. Holding your son or your wife when they have a tear to shed, you hold them. Saying some uplifting words to your children, to your that would help uplift them, build up their heart, build up their character, let them see something, a different side of a problem or situation. Those moments mean so much more than $50 that you find on the ground or the $200 check you got at Christmas, I guess, or at Thanksgiving. I mean, a lot of people, you guys, I'm not, and believe me, I am not Pollyanna by any stretch of the imagination. I am not so, kumbaya. I am pessimistic in a lot of sense, but I'm a positive person. And I am very cool with who I am, and I spread that godliness, for lack of a better word. I spread that in every facet of my life. You will almost never catch me in a situation where I lose my soul, I lose my cool, because I'm pressure. I feel so much pressure. I feel so rattled. I have never, well, I shouldn't say never, but I'm not that person, because I ultimately know that whatever it is that I am supposed to be razzed, uh, uh, bothered by, wherever it is, I do not hold that as the end all. I do not hold having rims as the be all, end all be all, or having jewelry, or wearing my hat sideways, or wearing Nike pants, or wearing the latest Nike Jordans, whatever. Because I'm not a consumer, I could care less. That stuff is meaningless to me. Kids, for the most part, I kind of raise them in with my mentality, with my sensibilities. And I try to get other people to see this as well. It's a lot of wasted energy and money on nonsense that means absolutely nothing. Making a card for your grandchild lights them up. Doing something for your grandkid, like, you know, what I've done from time to time means so much more. Drawing, you know, wherever a smiley face with curly hair and finger hands, watching your granddaughter smile at it, that's something. That is me. That means more to me than $1,000. Mind you, I most humans will do wrong initially. I believe that if they had a choice to do right or wrong, they will do wrong, because most humans are selfish and weak-minded. So I optimistically about what other humans are doing, what they're thinking. Unfortunately, but that's what people have shown me, especially as of late, as the economics turn, as the economy turns flatline. People that they're only interested in they can get over with what they can consume and hide for themselves. That's shown great human quality, the godless quality, the stuff that they read in the Bible. Any of that, I haven't seen any great gestures by those religious zealots, those God-loving jackasses. Where's all the donations by these politicians? You heard me, right? Where are these politicians giving back, saving money for the that they have love for? No, you don't see that. You don't see people just sending out money and cars. It's really America. Every American should have a house. No, there's enough money in America. Everyone paid $250,000 to $400,000 brownstone. Every American. That's the standard. But because you know what? There's nothing but monsters, selfish monsters, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing here, but I will a little bit. Country is a white-owned country, English-dominated country from the beginning. All rules are whites, religion, and we are playing underneath the people's rules and regulations. That's just facts. Society is built upon the things just to go into a racial situation, but speaking the truth here. And I'm going to call white people monsters. They are doing always been black, it would be the same way easily. All was going on is just, you know, we were in that situation. However, that doesn't, and I think black or other minorities any excuses for failure. That's bullshit. The rules and regulations are set against you. There's still a goal of a boring, crappy job and get a boring, crappy apartment or a house. You still can do things that way. You don't have to succumb just because all the rules and regulations are against you. So don't give me that crap. Don't give me the crap this and that, because you could have had it worse. And there are a lot of people that have it worse than you have had it, and they do well. They at least get back to average. And that's all they really wanted. Trying to and you to lose your soul on buying and maxing out your credit card, and try sometimes struggling and living on a modest budget with everything going to savings, building your credit. But let's say you didn't build your credit's already lousy. Just go in and live a small overhead. Don't buy anything. Have a good relationship with your wife, your girlfriends, your grandkids, so on and so forth, your friends. Have a great network of people around. And then at time, because you saved, you put away, you got a different job now, you put your time in at this job, you graduate and try a different job with more experience, because you can now try for a different position, a higher level position, maybe at a different company. And you put a down payment on a nice place, a brownstone or a trailer, whatever it is, Maybe I should give you some economic advice. A lot of people would not believe that advice, because they would. Some of you jackasses would believe me. It's not, but you know what? That's not a bad thing to talk about, and maybe some next week with economics. Very simple ways to build up. That's things already that you probably could figure out that I'm going to say. But I could go on and on and on, but I won't. I am going to wrap up this show, and I know maybe this wasn't a very fancy show for some of you people. It didn't delve in ratchetness or a ratchet person, and maybe something up. Okay. Jeez, pure butterfly. Okay. The problem is pure butterfly. I gotta run out very soon. I gotta run out to the doctors. I made a late. All right. All right. Anyway, sorry. I'm talking about something that I have in my head out loud. I hear how this is going to sound. So, yeah, the sound is. That's not pure butterfly. That because I'm in Australia and I don't have my booster, that I have a lot of breakups. But if the show is based in America, because I'm in Australia, it's based in America, the connection would be stronger. You copy what I'm saying? Oh, show. Hello to you. So me, I'm saying that the show, yes, you do copy. Okay, good. So that's what I was trying to say to you before, because I don't mind running this type of show. Just that before I don't have the parts that I need yet, and I have to get that part anyway. The booster. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have a good show. Whether I do this, well, whether I do this, running it through myself or running it through, other people, you yourself is what I'm talking about. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you a call. I'm going to give you a call in about 5 minutes. Well, 5 minutes after the show hangs up, and see what we can work out something. If not, then we will try the other thing that I talked about, and we'll try that maybe on Monday, which will be your Americans Monday. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let me put this in the chat room. Let me put this in the chat room. Maybe one of you guys would like to come over here really quick. I'm going to put this in the chat room and see if this is the right one. And you guys can bounce in here. Thanks. I think that's the right thing, right? So guys, come in. For the last few minutes of the show, I'd like to hear what you guys sound like. Anyone can come on in, except for Jack, of course. And if you guys are not listening on. So come on in, guys. Here, Butterfly, Spirit. I think that's the right thing. So come on in. I'm waiting. Come on in, I think. Come on in, Collins. Come on in, little darling. Click that link. Not able to click that link. Let me see. Oh, you're not able to click that. Oh, yes, you can. I just did it. Not able to click that link. Okay, maybe I'll send it to you directly. Let me go to your page. How do I go to your page? I just gotta write you in a message. Yeah, I'm gonna write you a message to Pure. Oh no, wait a minute. You might run. I'm gonna write to you. The link. All right. Hey, I miss you. Know you got your phone. Hey, Mr. Didn't know you got you. Yeah, I did. Okay, I'm gonna send it to you right. New interviewer, let's see how that right there. It's going to go back. Mr. Didn't know your form. Okay, here it is. So I'm gonna give you a little click here. And paste on. Paste. And reply. Okay. I sent it to you first live, although it doesn't seem okay. So there's a Google Hangout on the one thing that I blah 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 blah. Sorry, that's my way of just saying blah blah, just talking. La 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 la. I taped it, it wouldn't work. I tapped it, it wouldn't work. Let's see. All right, let me see if I do it, what it takes me. It takes me, all right, it takes me where it does work. Okay. I gotta get out of it now. Yeah, it does work. It wouldn't work. Are you signed into Google? Are you signed up here? Because you should be able to, that's the link. That's how you get in. So I guess you got to be a point. Yeah, if you're here on YouTube, then you probably signed into Google. Right? Right? I tapped it. I tapped. It wouldn't work. I tapped it. It didn't work. I got no link to your show. Okay. I just sent it to you. I don't know where else. I just sent it to you. Check your messages. I know you may not have. I got no link to your show. I know you don't see a 1 there or anything, but just hit your messages right now. You'll see that I wrote to you. No, you don't see the 1 to the message. Put your messages now, and then go to that message, and then click on the link. I'm waiting. In the meantime, folks, to my 2, 3 wise listeners, I'm going to sing you a Prince song. Well, I guess you know, but clicked it, Google link, not working for me. I don't know. I don't know what. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna call you, and we're gonna see what you can do on your end. And if you put the link for me, I bet you I can get it. But I'd like to see how that works out. I know this is going to be a lousy show, so it's just me talking to you and you writing to me, and we're not getting it to work. I didn't get your thing to work the other day, and you can't get my thing to work today. So I don't know what the problem is with both of us. I think we're both idiots. I mean, I know you're smarter than me. You're brighter than me. Okay, I'm gonna give you a call in a little bit, but I'm gonna shut down the show, and we will work on something in the few minutes that I have here. Then I roll. I thank you guys for stopping by and checking me out. Of course, this wasn't a award-winning show. This is right off the top of my head of gods and monsters. And I came about this, of course, as I'm thinking about the things that have happened. Great gods were supposed to help me, protect me, look after me, come to my rescue, come to me, and help me overcome monsters that were in my life, that were watching over me. And those guys could simply vanquish those monsters or vanquish those monstrous things that were being done. But that never happened. I defeated the monsters. I, with no magical powers, no powers of a god, developed into my own being, my powerful being. And I was able to defeat monsters mentally, emotionally. Without my goal. And I'm very proud of myself. And I'm proud of those people that I know who have overcome adverse situations in their lives. And some of those people, they say that I helped them out. I maybe was just a conduit to them helping themselves out. So I'm not going to sit here and take the credit for like I helped them so much. No, I was there for them, and talking with them, and maybe a little bit of whatever I did, I was there for them. And I'm going to continue being there for people. I'm not an angel, but I think that if I know something, I should share it with other good people who are willing to help themselves. And that's what I did. And I'm going to continue doing these things because I want people to, break out of the bullshit, get out of the bullshit, get out of the nonsense, get out of this fucking consumerism, weak-minded. I got Jordan, I got Nikes. This mindset, and think about just being happy and having love in your life. And not kumbaya way. I mean, a man way, and they loving your woman type of way, loving your children type of way, loving your friends. I said enough, and I know I'm boring you guys to tears, but that's too bad for you. That's my show. My name is RPJ, and this has been, and I am a has-been, the RPJ show by way of Johnathan Steele. Thank you very much, folks. Thank you for stopping by and checking me out. And I look forward to tomorrow's show. Your butterflies in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna give you a quick phone call, and we will blah 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 blah. All right, folks, gotta rock and roll. See ya.